top stories about China's new offensive in the Himalayas. In a bold move, China has dared to deploy its most advanced fighter aircraft just a few kilometers from the Indian border in Sikkim. Damning satellite images from May 27th clearly show that this deployment extends beyond their designated area of operation. It lies within close proximity to the Indian border. If that wasn't enough, Shigatse, the location where the Chinese J20 has been spotted. This is less than 290 kilometers from Hasimara in the Indian state of West Bengal, where India bases its second squadron of 16 Rafale fighter jets. Just take a look at these images on your screens. They are from May 27th. What does it reveal? It shows 6 Chinese Air Force J20s, and on the flight line is what looks like a dual-use military and civilian airport. It is the Shigatse, the second largest city in Tibet. The airport in Shigatse lies at an altitude of 12,408 feet, which means it is among the highest airports in the entire world. And this is another example of China's military build-up at the border. China speaks of peace on one hand, but is simultaneously increasing its troop presence at the border. One of the most concerning provocations for New Delhi is China's significant development of dual-use infrastructure in the border areas. We have long known about how China is building 30 airports near India's border in Tibet and Xinjiang. Shigatse is not the only airbase it has built, but it is among the most recent infrastructural development projects undertaken by the Tibet Civil Aviation Administration. Now, the fact remains all Chinese air bases have both civilian and military facilities. What's more, the Shigatse air base is also closest to the Doklam Plateau, near the tri-junction between India's Sikkim, Bhutan and southern Tibet. Remember, Doklam was the site of the 73-day standoff that broke out between Indian and Chinese soldiers back in the year 2017. The Chinese are also building air bases in Longji and Burang. While the Longji base is just across the border from Arunachal Pradesh, the Burang base is located in the tri-junction in China's Tibet, bordering Nepal, and Pithoragarh in India's Uttarakhand. Then there's the Bhutan Air Base. It is located in southwestern Xinjiang, approximately 130 kilometers away from the line of actual control. Now, in August of 2020, less than 2 months after the Galwan clash between Indian and Chinese soldiers, several J-20 fighters landed at the Bhutan Air Base. Experts say that from the Chinese military standpoint, these air bases are critical. They can act as launch bases for support of troops and supplies, easing a big challenge in the high-altitude Tibetan region. Now let's get back to the latest satellite images, which show Chinese J-20 stealth jets near the Indian border. The Chengdu J-20, also known as the Mighty Dragon, is a twin-engine fighter jet. It was introduced into service in the year 2017. These stealth jets are designed to be difficult to observe by radars. Reports suggest that China may have already deployed as many as 250 of these stealth fighters. It is a much-hyped fighter aircraft of the Chinese Air Force. It is known for its stealth capability, speed, maneuvering, and advanced avionics. It is also the world's third deployed stealth fighter aircraft, following the American F-22A Raptor and the F-35 Joint Strike Fighter. But here's what's concerning about the latest deployment. It is believed to be the largest deployment of J-20 ever spotted by commercially available satellite imagery. The J-20 technology is also constantly being upgraded. Experts say that the motive of the latest development could possibly be to test the new technology of the aircraft, especially for operating in high-altitude zones like this one. With the introduction of the J-20, China became the third country in the world to operationally field stealth fighters. The jet carries China's most advanced air-to-air missiles, including the PL-15 long-range air-to-air missile with the ability to strike aerial targets up to 300 kilometers away. From where we are sitting, this raises significant concerns. China has consistently strengthened its air power capacity in Tibet, as well as other areas near India. Over the past few years, this has involved the construction of new air bases and upgrading the infrastructure at existing air bases. Additionally, China has also deployed aircraft such as the J20 and its H-6 nuclear-capable bombers to these border regions. Reports suggest that the Indian Air Force is aware of the deployment of the J20 fighters, and New Delhi has been closely monitoring Chinese activities at the border. India's answer to China's J20 jets is its own fleet of 36 French-built Rafale fighters, 8 of which are currently participating in advanced air combat exercises with the United States Air Force in Alaska. India is also matching China's airfield expansion by significantly upgrading its own air bases with hardened shelters for its aircraft. What's more, India is massively expanding its tiered surface-to-air missile defenses, including the deployment of the Russian-built S-400 long-range surface-to-air missile systems in eastern India. The deployment of the S-400 system, which has the ability to track stealth platforms, is designed to deter offensive Chinese fighter sweeps along the line of actual control. Now, what do these developments indicate? It indicates China is not considering withdrawing from the border and is prepared for a potential conflict. Despite multiple rounds of talks between India and China to ease tensions, it appears that China is solidifying its position and preparing for a potential confrontation. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.